Hello, my name is Tasia Seeger. I am in your business communications class, section 5, and I am going to do my oral briefing slash informative speech. So here I go. Did you know that the name Google is a play on the word goggle, which is a mathematical term that means the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. So that's a really, really long number. Google is an extremely well-known company, not only in the United States, but internationally as well. I'm sure everyone here today has either heard and or used Google as a search engine at some point in their lives. Google's interesting background in their open work culture has attracted me to want to work for this company. First, Google has an interesting founding story. The founding story is what attracted me first to the company. Larry Page and Sergey Brin met at Stanford University back in 1995 when Sergey was assigned to give Larry a tour of the new school because he was a new student interest. In 1996, Page and Brin got together to build a search engine called Backrub. A little later, Andy Bechtolsheim, the founder of the Sun Workstation, wrote a check of $100,000 to what is now Google. Back then it was called Google Incorporated, which was founded in 1998. This story is really inspiring to me as a soon-to-be college graduate because at a young age they founded such a huge company that later changed the world. So it's really inspiring. The beginning story is what intrigued me, but later on as I conducted my research more and learned about the work culture, I was immediately captivated. At Google, there are 70 offices in more than 40 countries, and no two offices are the same. Google strives for an open work culture, which allows employees to be hands-on contributors and to feel comfortable sharing their ideas and opinions. Google is also really big on diversity as their employees come from all walks of life, different races, different age, socio-economic backgrounds. And my favorite part of the culture is that they have weekly TGIF Friday meetings held to give their employees the opportunity to speak with the actual founders about new ideas and innovations. And Google hires people who are smart and determined, like me, which brings me to my next point. When it comes to obtaining a position with Google, I plan on telling Google about my Google background. When I was about 14 years old, I became hooked on Google. I would use it for everything. Anytime any of my family members would have questions about random things, I would immediately Google it and give them the answer. So I became the Google girl. That's what my family calls me. So if I ever get the chance to have an interview, I would tell them that story, and hopefully that would make me a little more interesting and more apt to get a job. So my next steps that I'm taking are I want to apply for the Bold internship next summer. I plan on doing really well in networking because it's not always what you know, but more so who you know. So I would apply for that, do really well, come back to school, finish my last year, graduate, get some more experience, and then I would hope to apply to be a contracts manager, which is a part of their legal team. And that's exactly what I would like to do at Google, my time at Google, and hopefully, make my way up the ladder. But that's where I would like to start. So this brings me to the conclusion of why I'm passionate about Google. The backstory and the work culture is why I think that Google would be a good company for me to work for. Lastly, Google has a list of 10 things that they know to be true, and the number 4 on the list is that it's best to do one thing really, really well. And I love that quote because I agree with it. I think that if you find your niche and you're really good at it, then everything else will work itself out. Thank you.